So based on that, I think we are going to have some certifications, and we only give these certifications when we have a 2-day programs. So it has to be a classroom setup. So we're not going to give anybody like, okay, you're certified. That's not the way we do it. So it has to be in a classroom, understand the product. Now we can navigate how we can do things, how we can able to do threat hunting. At least, I'm not saying you have to go level 2 to do this. At least you have some ideas what you do. So based on that, so we do have certifications to most of everybody. So. So being said, I'd like to invite Steve Brewer from Data Tech Cafe.
Yeah.
Emerging.
This is hard for me to give this to him. So Steve,
Why are you such a jerk?
Yeah.
we've known each other a long time. Selling to friends is harder than anything else, as I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
So what made you decide to go ahead and do this with us?
I measured other people by height.
Raven always wins.
One thing, the one reason I put you guys through the ringer as much as I did for everybody else is because, like I told you, it's my butt on the line, right, when I walk into a client site. And while I knew I had the support behind you, I still had to make sure the product was good. I still had to make sure that you were up to the same standards that I hold everybody else to. I kind of knew you'd pass with flying colors, but I still had to do it. And not only did you meet the expectations, you guys pretty much blew everybody else away.
Nice.
Thank you. Now you also had to sell us to your team. And given they know me, who I am also, how difficult was that?
Oh, I just threatened them. No, the one thing that I did is I leveraged my team, right? I leveraged Alex as a key component of this. And I told him, listen, everybody's on a level playing field here. I don't, nobody's gonna get special treatment in this. I want the same set of standards applied to everybody, the same criteria. Everybody has to meet the same benchmark levels for us to move forward. And once that was understood, then it was easy.
And how are you using CybrHawk in your business?
CybrHawk went from something where we were having a little bit of trouble of figuring out how to sell it, how to position ourselves. Again, we're an MSP, right? We're not an MSSP. I don't claim to be, right? I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV,
Yeah.
right? But once we started getting more familiar with it, once we started getting more familiar with the platform, once we started getting more familiar with the services that were offered behind it, then it really started becoming something that was part of our day-to-day operation. became something where I can walk in any client now and I can speak to them. And I can speak to it with the same level of confidence that I can for the stuff that I've been doing for 20-some years. So it's in our business now, it's part of our business going forward, it's part of our catalog, it's part of our stack. We use it too. So I count on you guys to protect me just as much as my clients. So.
Thank you. We hope to keep impressing you.
You will. Thank you.
The next award is for the Enterprise Partner of the Year award. This award is purely based on how enterprise connectivity you have, how good you are at enterprise, what you guys do, how many data sources you handle. So based on all the decisions, the award goes to my boyfriend, Steve from UBX.
Steve, I got my Michigan buddy. So you actually deal a lot in security, even though it's important for everyone. For you, it's extremely important. You have lots of choices, lots of vendors chasing after you.
Yeah.
Because of who you have. Why CybrHawk?
Jacob is irresistibly attractive. Yeah. No. I mean, honestly, it was. I'm a technologist. I evaluated many products out there, and we actually invented some products, right? Like we did our own internal development. We had our own Elasticsearch experts, and we were doing our own data aggregation. And there was literally one guy on a team of 35 that knew how to run this stuff. And it became a tribal knowledge in the company about how do we extract data from this platform. And we just couldn't operate that way, not with our global reach. And we couldn't scale it. And we looked at some other software vendors out there that had similar products. None were as comprehensive, and none weren't as effective. I mean, we tried a lot. We spent a lot of time evaluating things, and I was very paranoid and skeptical at first, and I kind of eased into it, and then I kind of got to peel back the layers of that onion, and I saw something very special there. So.
But you've got to grow with us a little bit also.
Well, I mean, we usually have like a supplier diversity. Prior to COVID, we always had like 2 vendors for everything, like just in case. So we put some eggs in that basket and some eggs in another basket. And we like let's say I'm purchasing Cisco hardware, right? Like before COVID, we had 2 suppliers, 2 distributors, 2 completely different sets of inventory and networks. And then after COVID, it was like, well, everyone's getting killed, and no one expected this. But with you guys, we had 2 cyber vendors that we were working with, and it went from the one having like 70% in our environment down to they were gone in 2 years after we met you, because you were detecting stuff that they didn't detect. And they were a much larger company with a lot more development resources. So it was really surprising. To give you some insight, those customers, that particular platform wasn't onboarding customers unless they were like, I think 100,000 a month or higher a month. So it was pretty significant. And I'm like, it was like night and day, the platform. You guys were picking up things that no one else picked on. And then we're asking for things from like, hey, like I ask for a lot of things, but it's like, hey, I ask you for 7 things, you give me 5, and I'm happy. But I'm saying some of these other vendors, it was like we're like kicking the can down the road, and we're like, we need this. Like, we need this because we need to be ahead of the game and get more data sources in there and make these data lakes larger and find more threats and solve the challenges, because our MSPs hold us accountable, right? They're beating us up, and they're saying we can't get ransomware, we can't have our clients get impacted by all these events, and we lean on UBX for the systems and network engineering, like the backend that we provide them, and now they're leaning on us for security and for remediation, and without having hey, I need this system in here because this is an important system and data that I need in this platform, and believe it or not, he listens. That's kind of a big deal. So, and I guess I just pester him enough where he starts doing stuff and stuff gets added to the product. And last year was pretty significant. When you guys made that summer update, it was like almost all the things that we asked for were there. So, awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for securing our journey. Okay.
Thank you.
guys, we had a great product, and we love the product, and there's forces behind the product that make it better and better. Listen to us, you guys, we work hard. So this award has been shared by two people. So that is Zlatko and Suraj for CybrHawk Best Engineer Award.
Oh, nice! This is heavy, Jacob. Is there money in here?
Suraj is
Bitcoin.
He's the real engineer.
He's the real engineer.
So this has been a long journey.
Yeah.
When we first met,
Is it?
we were in Australia, and we were talking about what our vision would be. And we did talk to other people. We talked to Stellar Cyber. We talked to a bunch of other people. And you said, I can do this. I can turn this into whatever you need it to be and expand it. And we started off on a journey, not knowing each other, not knowing where this was going to go. And here we are today. Did you ever think we would be here where we are when we started this journey 20 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, yeah. Really, yeah, I wouldn't engage in something if I don't think it's going to be successful, or at least have, a good chance of success. I mean, that's credit to you guys. I mean, you provide leadership for all this, and that was a big impact to us. Yeah.
Now, you could have worked with anyone. You were highly sought after. And you decided
Yeah.
you trusted Jacob and I,
Yeah.
and this vision that we had. What made you decide to select us over all the other opportunities you had?
I judge people based on character. I mean, at the end of the day, that comes down to to character, integrity. The things you say, how you do things, how you respect. So it really always comes down to that. And the fact that you had like business leadership skills, that's pretty much second. But yeah, so those were the reasons.
Fantastic. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Nice job.
This is an internal award for
Oh.
and for the best engineer award. And
Oh, we know.
come on, who's it?
Stephanie! Yeah! Sign Mohammed's chest. You're awesome, Stephanie.
You would ask it.
I remember when we first talked on the phone. This is the first time I've actually met Steffi face to face.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
I've seen Steffi on video and on the phone and talked a lot. And even Bernadette, when everyone interviewed you,
Yeah.
what were you thinking at that point in time when you started to talk to everybody and all these people you didn't know?
Honestly, I didn't know that I would be able to get into it. And then once I got into it, I mean, there's so much to just discover and looking through the console every single day. Even now, I would say it's a learning experience. So I'm glad to be part of the CybrHawk team. I feel supportive all the time. So I'm improving day by day, and that's because of team effort.
Awesome.
Now you took this head on. I mean, you jumped in and you were not afraid. You jumped in and just engrossed yourself in this industry.
Yeah.
What drove you to do that?
I could not turn back. New challenges each day, so we have to be one step ahead. That's all. I mean,
Fantastic. And again, you're a very reputable person. You could have worked for anyone. You could have gone to anyone, but you came to us. Why?
again, it comes back to teamwork. So support is important, especially when you're faced with a challenge. I cannot just do it by myself, so I do rely on my team members. So teamwork, and also the dev team, that have been very helpful. So this whole journey, I would like to credit it to my team for sure.
Aw.
Fantastic. And lastly, everyone knows your name. How does that feel?
Amazing.
It's
I
like,
don't know what else
it's
to
like a
say.
Cyber Olympics. You're the gold.